Welcome to the Gaudy Gabbers 2015-2016, May 15th, second podcast of the May time frame. Calvin coming to hear from you live in Florence, Kentucky.
And on the other end of the spectrum, you've got Brad dialing in from, the last few days of the homestead, formerly known as Lindale.
That is not getting broken into, hopefully.
if it is, I hope they clean up after themselves. There's nothing here to take.
Yeah, they just might mess some stuff up.
Yeah.
So clearly there have been a brash of broken windows and so forth in the East Hill neighborhood.
You've been reading our East Hill news, have you?
Yes, very sad stuff.
That's
Majorly disappointed to hear about stuff like that because it seems new. Maybe I was never quite on the beat like you guys were as parents, but that seems new to me.
I think you're just hearing about it. I knew several instances in the past where things have happened. People sleeping in the backseat of cars wasn't just anecdotal. It actually happened, just transients. And Matt had a bunch of stuff stolen out of his garage in Highland. People breaking in, just walking down the alley. I think it happened down our alley one time. People just, all the cars parked on the alley. They were unlocked. They got broken into, and people took whatever. Just dumb stuff. Yeah,
Someone's bike was stolen once out of the alley.
That's right. You remember that
from us? Yeah.
So yeah, just lock up. Try to have things look like they're active. It helps that I cut the grass now, so it looks a little more lived in.
It doesn't look like uninhabited space.
I think it's the first time I waited until the middle of May, actually after Mother's Day, to cut grass for the first time.
Wow. And you do that all with a push mower?
No, I borrowed Julian's mower again, just to give it that nice clean.
Oh yeah, just to slack it off.
I got that mesh.
Just to be less energetic out there, just to sit behind a gas-powered machine. Yeah, I get it.
I really like wearing earplugs when I cut grass and stinking like two-cycle engine. It's just my fave.
Mm-hmm. I see how you enjoy it so much.
It was a good time. So no such grass cutting out by you, Kentucky man. What are you doing for fun these days?
I do whatever I want for fun.
Would that be counted? What? Would that be counted as fun, or is that just because you're limited?
Well, it's usually not a lot, and I've been playing a lot of Super Mario Brothers 3 on my computer. And I did have a very interesting experience today. I finally got sick of myself sitting around.
Okay.
And woke up nice and early for breakfast, 7:30, and had breakfast, and was like, I am going to go for a bike ride and get out of here and explore a little bit because presumably I'm in some pretty beautiful country around here. But that was yet to be determined since I haven't been out in it too much.
Right.
So I went for a bike ride. I'm here in Florence, Kentucky, which is like 20 miles from Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I went basically straight north to the Ohio River. And it was kind of interesting, some interesting roads to get there. And the Ohio River is really wide. That's a big river.
The Ohio, Mississippi, and Missouri are all kind of equatable.
Yeah, I have not been by a river that big recently from my recollection, especially not in person. Like I've gone over the Mississippi to go from Wisconsin to Minnesota.
Right.
But it was pretty beautiful.
Sweet. Did you get to the point where you could cross it, or were you just riding along?
I actually I didn't cross it. I didn't bring water with me, and I was very tired, and I'm still a little sick. So that was kind of a disaster.
You are the son of the dehydration masterhood, you realize. I've written the book on how to dehydrate yourself. Why on earth would you go anywhere without water?
Because I just didn't.
Let's just go.
You know what? I filled up my water bottle, and I put it in the fridge so that I'd have cold water. And then I left with nice cold water still sitting in the fridge.
All right, adventure seeker. So tell me more about your trip.
So I'm looking at my cyclometer here. It was a 13.5-mile trip in total. My fastest speed was 28 miles an hour.
That is not far away at all.
38, yeah, 13 miles round trip.
Yeah, so like 7.5 to get there.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, and that's not to Cincinnati. That's just to the Ohio River. Cincinnati is another 5 miles at least, maybe 10 miles to the east.
Okay.
And here's the good stuff. I had an ascent of 600 feet.
You went all the way down?
Well, yeah. So I guess I didn't really realize this, but I'm kind of on a hill
Yeah.
up here in Florence.
River valleys, they cut.
Yeah, yeah. The river valley's pretty low. I had the hill that I went down. It was awesome. It was spectacular. There was like before I crested the top to start going down. There was like a truck behind me, and well, I'll just show you here. I've got some pictures.
Okay.
I should have gone through them, but here. Got some very nice pictures. Let's see here.
Oh, somebody's here.
What was that?
Me playing at the sound effects.
Oh, you're not supposed to do that.
It's got to do something while you're looking at the screen like this.
Yeah, yeah. All right, get ready for the inception. Whoa! That's pretty cool, huh? All right, so check this out. So this is the top of the road. This is what I came up upon. And I saw, oh, the middle lines go away. Why is that? And just as I was reaching this point, there was like a truck pulling up behind me.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, there's a big hill coming up. I am going to let the truck pass me. And that was a very wise choice because then the truck cleared the way as I was, if I ever saw him slow down, I knew that there was something coming up, and that way cars were less likely to want to try to hit me because there was a big truck in front of me. So that was a good choice.
Good.
Yeah, check this out. And then, so that's at the top of the hill. And this was my favorite sign.
5 miles an hour.
5 miles an hour is their recommended speed.
We
And
call
you,
that hairpin.
what?
That's a hairpin, all right.
Oh yeah. And you see how steep this is?
Yeah.
Just a curve right around it. Yeah, that was like one of my first times really ever having such a long descent while I was biking. I probably went down the hill for almost a solid 4 to 5 minutes.
You get new respect for what it takes to actually descend a mountain.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're like that's tough. Yeah, but it was really, really fun. It was nice to be able to just coast all the way down to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty awesome. And I ran into this pretty looking little creek here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah. Cutting right into the side of the mountain.
Gorgeous.
Quite. Well, just in case you want to follow the same road, I'm Point Pleasant Road.
You see?
And once I got down to the river.
Nah. It looks like around here.
Huh?
It's a lot like the Mississippi. Over by La Crosse.
Yeah. Yeah, over by La Crosse area, sure. Yeah. It was pretty. And while I was down there, I found
no credit cards.
Anderson Ferry so that I can get across the river with my bike. They even have a special price just for bicyclists.
Ah, sweet.
So I think I'll be taking that up next weekend.
Oh, I gotcha.
So that I don't have to bike. It'll be a quicker way to get into Cincinnati.
Oh, I see. Rather than, and you don't have to go across the highway or whatever, I suppose then.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just be on the other side of the river.
Down.
Yeah, apparently this place is like, oh, here, check out. There you can see the mountain. That's what I came down.
Oh, sure.
So those little signs right there. I was up at the top, up there.
Cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
Sounds like a nice little trip.
And then to go back up was
On your single.
very tough. 37 teeth up front on my single speed and 18 teeth in the back. That's a pretty high gear ratio. And wow.
Jeez.
It took me a solid 15 minutes to go up the hill. Just mind focused. I can make this. I can do this.
Stay it on. Stay it up.
But I always stopped to take pictures. That's it. I never stopped because I couldn't go up the grade anymore. Only just to take pictures. Which might have been a convenient excuse as to why I was too tired and then I had to stop.
Oh,
but it was only to take
beautiful
pictures.
rock right there. I got to get that shot.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen such a tree?
Oh, yeah. That was a beautiful ride today, and I'm definitely planning on doing it again so that I can take that ferry across and experience some Cincinnati cycling. And I only had, let's see, I made a couple notes about this. I only had one obnoxious driver basically the whole time. There were people who passed me closer than I would have liked when they're going like 45, 50.
Yeah.
But I think they were still greater than 3 feet.
Okay.
And the only person that was obnoxious was I was just about to take a right, and the road is no shoulder at all, just 2 lanes, and there was a car coming at me, and I saw a car probably like 200 feet behind me, so I took the whole lane, and this is on like a 45, 50 mile an hour highway. Ooh. But I saw him coming from back and positioned myself in the middle of the lane because I knew that he wasn't going to be able to pass as the other car was passing me. The one who's coming behind me, just you can't.
Right.
Without pushing me off, like literally shoving me off the side of the road.
Exactly.
And he slowed down, but then after he left, or they honked and was like, whatever.
Big wave. Big Wisconsin hello?
Yep, big old Wisconsin hello. I don't see what it is what it is.
I see that you protected yourself with everything that you should have because they clearly saw you, therefore they didn't hit you. Honking's always...
Yep, they honked at me. They saw me.
That's right. Honking lets you ride to see another day.
Yes.
But it is obnoxious.
Yeah. Yeah, and one guy, it was like a 1 lane, full center turn lane in the next lane. One guy, he like went almost all the way into the other oncoming lane to pass me, and I was like, thanks, dude.
Yep, that feels great.
So actually, like I haven't had, and I biked to the grocery store a couple times. I haven't had a ton of bad experiences yet. But the thing about down here is that roads are fairly similar to Eau Claire as far as size and shoulder and speeds. But there's a lot more traffic down here.
Everybody.
A lot more traffic. Yeah. So when you're on double I, even during a busy time of day, you might get 20 cars going by you. Busy time of day here, you get 100 cars going by you.
Interesting.
Yeah, there is a lot more car traffic down here. So I even went in the morning this morning. When I went for the bike ride, it was pretty.
But I understand.
And I did that intentionally to try to avoid some traffic, and it's Sunday morning, so there are a lot of people at church here.
Yeah.
But then even coming back, there was quite a bit more traffic, and I
see.
It gets more scary when you have that many more people going by you, because you just feel like with every time you get past, it's that much more to be aware of.
Yeah.
You know, I try really hard to look back at everybody who passes me so that they know that I see them, and I feel like that makes them more accountable. They're like, oh crap, somebody actually saw me. I need to actually give this cyclist some space.
Absolutely.
But that means I'm turning around like every 30 seconds.
Yeah. Kind of hard to ride that way. Get a little dizzy.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot more traffic down here. So when I go for the next ride, it'll definitely be morning again.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a good time of day, though. I mean, I know there's a lot of traffic, but that means if something were to happen, too, you'd have hopefully some help. Get your phone with you, obviously, but
true. Sure.
About, yeah, you know, go a little earlier maybe if you tried to beat some of the morning traffic. If you're out there 6:30, I guess. But sometimes you're more susceptible than too, because sometimes those people aren't always paying close attention. They're sunlight in their eyes and whatever else. I don't know. You got to gauge it. You got to see what's comfortable level.
Yeah, 6:30 is a little too early for me.
That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, no, I think you're doing everything right. And like you said, with that one person, I'm impressed you did that so that you protected yourself at a point where it could have been a problem. And, they probably didn't even get it, but you saw down the proverbial road and did what you need to do to make sure that you had safe passage. And
nice pun. Very good. Saw down the road.
And that was good for you. So that's going to warrant a honk a lot of times. And, yep, that's one of those that's going to be like, okay, I know you don't get it, but you have a nice day, because now I'm going to continue to ride on this road and not have to dig myself out of a ditch.
Yep.
So
as you zoom by.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So nice bike ride today. Looking forward to the next one.
I'm glad for the journey. That sounds neat. It's good to see some cool pictures too of the place I've been.
Yeah. There will be more to come. So
yeah,
we've got some lineage lowdown to discuss here.
The lowdown of our lineage includes graduates, plenty.
Plenty. His whole family going to college and getting educated. We're all really smart, earning some nice high-paying jobs.
We've got the high school graduate, the lone grandchild graduating high school, Sophia Henderson.
Yeah, she's doing this.
Making the trip. So, yep, she's the last one.
Last high school graduate of the Henderson clan.
Yeah.
Well, from the
from the Grandma Henderson, how are we going to put it?
From the Larry Henderson side of the Henderson.
That's right.
Family.
Larry's last grandkid, I guess. That's crazy to think about. Larry's kids, Larry's grandkids.
Yeah, that one's a little weird. So, how did the graduation stuff go? I imagine you were getting some updates.
I did get a few, but not a lot. Aunt Shelley's making the trip. It's going to be a quick one. So she's going to be out there next weekend for that. Jason's graduation was last weekend, and he graduated from aviation school, which is kind of cool. So we actually have a pilot in the family. I don't think we'd ever have a pilot in the family. Did you think we would?
He's just he's a flighty dude. What can I say?
You cannot say that. I would be all right with it. No, I was pretty. I don't know. It just kind of struck me a little strange. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. There's lots of nurses. Got them things everywhere. Business people, whatever, plumbers. I'm used to that. Used to lots of crafts people. People with trades and things like that. But pilot's kind of a new idea. So kudos to him for stretching our boundaries. I thought that was pretty cool to think about. Shell said he was already working. Are we ready for a sponsorship moment?
Yeah, I figured I might as well showcase the logo just in case.
This graduation brought to you by 34 ounces of Kentucky's finest. Sold in a vacuum pack bottle, manufactured by.
No, this isn't a sponsor spot. I just wanted to throw a little hint out there.
So you want me to keep talking graduations?
Yeah.
So we had that go on, and Aunt Shelley was honestly optimistic that I could make the trip out for the graduation. So I feel bad disappointing. I had so much going on with camp and the 4-H in town and the work that we were doing there. And Mom was busy, of course, with all the stuff that's hitting the fan with her work, with just the changing of personnel and things. It just was too hard to try and eke out a trip, much as we both wanted to. So feel bad about not being able to be there for it. But I think that's kind of going to be the way summers are going to be for us for a while until I get this figured out. Get the house sold, other things. Anyway, excuses. Wish could have been there, Jason. Yeah, cool on you, man. It sounds like you found your passion in life, and look forward to watching you grow with it. It's got to be a ton of opportunities for somebody who can fly a jet plane across the country. So you need to hear more about it. But yeah, otherwise.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yep. Congratulations, Jason.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah. So that's what we had. One other one though, didn't we? Madeline got her master's. That's right. And I don't know what all that's about. I didn't get a good inside scoop on that one and what all she's doing with that. I think she's working right away, though. We have a visitor.
Uh-oh. A visitor on the Gaudy Gabbers. This is completely unscripted and unplanned, so...
Bear with us. Young lady, would you mind showing your face so the audience can see you?
The audience of...
Being
Say something, so it's... Oh, hi, Mom.
Hello.
This is the fearless feminine influence in our life.
Is that the way you got 3 F's in there?
That's me.
Fearless feminine. Fearless feline.
I'm an FFL.
Okay.
All right, she's inspecting apparently. Probably not happy that I'm sitting down on the job.
Yeah, it's Sunday. It's a podcast day.
The podcast day. We got at least 15 more minutes. Yes, so that's our graduation update.
Very cool. Lots of good stuff happening in the family right now.
Yes, indeed. So we'll look forward to hearing more about Sophia's, I think. I sent her off a card. No, I still have to send her a card. Yeah, that's next weekend, so I want to get her something in the mail. Maybe even a little present of some kind.
Maybe.
Recognize the high school graduation.
Oh, yeah. It's a big accomplishment.
It is. That's a big point in life. No doubt.
I remember those days.
Do you now?
I remember way back when, all that time, 305
Tell us, Grandpa Keller.
days ago.
Tell us about when you went to high school. Yeah, you seen any of your friends graduating now? Any announcements or anything from your younger classmate friends?
Oh, yeah, there are a ton of graduation parties that I'm super disappointed that I won't be able to make it to.
Oh, sure.
And that's basically the extent of my friends graduating high school right now. That a lot of disappointment that I won't be able to be there to support any of them.
FFL.
It's the glasses that make it, isn't it? So if I need to talk to the FFL,
What would that be, like FFL?
Yep, that's it. I don't know if I can do that, though. My hand doesn't turn that way.
FFL.
Nope. So if I need to talk to the FFL, can we pause podcast? Or is that not a thing?
No, I think we just have to get to an ending point.
Oh, and then edit. I see. I don't know if she needs me for anything or not. You need me for something immediately?
I was just wondering what you might have for supper.
Oh, yeah? Well, I would be content to be surprised.
Food is always on the brain in the Henderson clan.
I'm making sure I don't miss a meal.
I think you could leave the conversation and I could carry on by myself for a little bit.
Is that what it is? Well, that
Yeah.
doesn't sound any fun, though.
But just don't leave me hanging for too long.
I see. Mute microphone, turn camera off.
Yeah, just mute the microphone so we can see you but not hear you. Wait, we want to see you though. There we go. I cannot hear any words you say, so perfect. All right, well, as Brad figures out his belly situation, we've got man, a lot to talk about this week, sort of. Not really, actually. So, wedding season has hit Camp Kenwood, and wedding season at Camp Kenwood is, well, it's basically pretty crazy. There are weddings almost every single weekend, beginning from May all the way until August. So good, solid 20 weddings throughout the summertime, and it's a really exciting time at camp because they get a lot of people in to see Camp Kenwood and see the facilities that are available, and Dad has a fun time and an interesting time being the facilities manager during these events, because there are a lot of people that go through, and once in a while he even has to recruit people like me to help clean up afterwards, because these people are at weddings. They do get rowdy, and they're on a beautiful lake, and it's pretty cool. I guess another family update. Abby's looking to come see me in Florence. Hopefully she can do that, and yeah, I think it'd be good for her to get out and explore around for a little bit and see what's up. So that'd be pretty neat, and she might even take a train all the way down here. So whoop-de-doo, little train experience for the Henderson family. That's pretty new. Yeah, train experience. So yeah, with the bike trip, walking up a bike is very important when you're in a city that you don't know. And I'm super worried about my bike because you see it over there. I bring my bike into the hotel room with me all the time. They have like a dinky little bike rack out there that doesn't even let you park a bike in it as you're supposed to. And that thing comes up with me wherever I go. Got 2 U-locks, and got to keep it nice and safe. When I go to the grocery store and around town, there are quite a few things within the radius of the city down here, so it's nice. Things are pretty tight and compact, and it's pretty neat. It's the city is definitely not laid out for cycling, just about in the least, and that's been an interesting experience for sure. Because growing up in Eau Claire, not really laid out for cycling either, but as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot less traffic in Eau Claire, which is nice. I love less car traffic because it's quieter and less smelly. So I was pretty fortunate to grow up in a place like that. Is he back? Is that what this is? Is that what that face is?
I hatched my plan, so we're raring to go.
Raring to go, like now?
No, raring to go. I got the next thing. We got like 10 minutes.
Okay.
We're good to go. Keep on your schedule, get you to bed. I was just listening a little bit in, so go ahead and finish your thought about growing up biking in Eau Claire.
Yeah, it was growing up in Eau Claire is so far it's something that I'm really grateful for, and I think it'll impact every experience I have from here on out. The city I grew up in, and how I view every other city from here on out. But I also was talking about a little bit of Camp Kenwood wedding season going on right now. Any insights into the season that is weddings at camp?
It was a big weekend. We started out with the nuptials of John and Elizabeth. Pretty common couple names, people getting married. So that was pretty cool. It was a good group. I enjoyed it. They actually shared an ice cream sandwich with me, which was their cake. It's kind of nice.
Neat.
Yeah. They got some Olson's ice cream sandwich between 2 homemade cookies, and had the freezer.
Olson's ice cream.
It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. So they did well. It was really cold and rainy on Friday. I felt bad for them. A little bit chilly still on Saturday. But by the afternoon, early evening, it got nice and enjoyed things. And they ran a fire and had this beautiful atmosphere. And yeah, I just Camp Kenwood had a reputation when we came in of being kind of a partyville for weddings and kind of a anything goes, I think. And
it would make more sense if you just passed over the fence too, than you walking all the way around with each thing.
Okay. And so I think I'm glad to see that turning the corner. We're seeing a lot more people that are out there because they enjoy the outdoors, and they like having a lake to be close by, and they enjoy the scenery, and they just want to enjoy and take in the place more than they want to trash it or just have a rip roaring, party of a time. So it's been more, it's been cool to kind of see that kind of change over. So I'm anxious to keep that happening. Anxious to keep telling people more about the owner of the property and how it's Farmers Union and how that's a cool history too. So everybody that leaves is my goal to make sure they know what the reason is why they're able to have their wedding there. And I don't know, I'm still trying to think of a way to keep up with these people too, whether it's a 5-year anniversary note or I don't know what to do. Somehow I just want to keep them in the loop as, somebody who uniquely got married at Camp Kenwood. That's a pretty unique thing that only happens, a few people get to do that. So it's kind of an elite group, and it seems like, they do that and then they go away, but I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. I would think I wouldn't have minded getting, a congratulations or a hope things are going well or
unless you're divorced.
Well, maybe so, but that happens too. Those letters just get tossed, I'm sure. But you like to think people are together, hope for the best, and chances are better they're probably not even at that same address anymore. So anyway, got some brainstorming to do. But bigger thing, camp kicks up 3 weeks. They're starting the training this week, so camp counselors will be out starting to plan their agenda for the year, and after a couple more weddings, we'll have our first week of camp. So that's really exciting too.
Heck yeah. Sounds awesome.
Yeah, ready for my second year, man.
Yeah, you can take all the knowledge and experience you gained in the first year and just smack it right onto the second year and be like, I'm so much more ready for you now.
I know so much more. I'm so much more prepared for all of the things that are coming my way. Yeah,
awesome.
Definitely so. So you're coming back to see it firsthand, it sounds like, in a week?
Oh, yeah. I'll be there. I got to visit you guys once in a while.
You got that booked yet, or are you still working on it?
Still working on it.
Okay. No, wait.
Yeah, so I guess experience every year after year, that's the kind of stuff you could apply to all life situations, is that whatever you've done in the past, you can take that and apply it to make your future situations that much easier and that much better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and as with anything, I think in our lives, the relationships that you make along the way are what make or break it. You want to know the people that you're interacting with are making your life better and that you're able to do the same for them. I think that's a large part of who I am. I've come to find out, and I tend to see that in my kids too. That's something that matters to them is those relationships, the people that are in your lives. No matter what you're doing, no matter where you are, you seek out people to make you better and to impact their lives too. And I think that's kind of a cool thing about this job and this place is there's opportunity to do that both ways.
Oh yeah.
So I'm optimistic for that. And always hoping for the best.
Very good. Well, that just might be a very good note to end our little
Could be
review here.
Ooh, I had a couple of cool animal sightings too.
Okay, sure.
I think it was a merganser duck that I saw.
Yes, the merganser. Yes.
Well, it's a different variety. I was thinking it was a mallard, but it was a different kind. So, and they got babies, 10 babies with this duck. 10. So
wow.
Very cool. And while I was observing this duck off into the distance, I wasn't paying any attention to the muskrat that was swimming right along the shoreline right by me. He's about probably that big. Probably the big as I don't know what that is, a melon. And just a little rat kind of a tail. They're aquatic. And so he's kind of cool. He's swimming along and doing his thing, little thing in the water. And that was the first one I'd seen up there. So got a muskrat and a duck at the same time. And the baby geese are out now too, little yellow fur balls. Scooting along. So I got to see some of them. That was fun too. One family with 3 gooselings and one family with just one that were hanging out. So cool time to be out of camp.
It's nature time.
All the flowers are blooming. I got a new trail cut. Look forward to sharing with you when you get back up there.
Awesome.
All right, buddy. Let you start your week out good?
Yeah, well, I guess let's thank our audience for watching the Gaudy Gabbers 2016, May 15th.
We look forward to improving our podcast so that you can be all the more entertained and informed.
Feel free to leave comments in the comment section below as to what we can do to help you, help us, help you know this podcast better.
That would be great. Calvin will read all of them and tell me what they say.
Yep, and I will pass the important ones along, and I will certainly pass along the funny ones too.
Very good. All right, signing off.
All right, signing off. See you guys next time.
See you next time.